and having a great week. Alright then, so following on from my last video where we watched the trailer of The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare starring Henry Cavill, and while we was discussing him, it dawned on me as well that Cosmic Wonder had posted this video about Henry possibly being signed by the MCU, which is so ironic after getting dropped the way he did by the DCU, James Gunn and all of the whole Warner Brothers Discovery management, all that crap. The way they treated him, it's only fair that MCU rubs it in their face like, oh, you don't want him? We'll take him. Henry Cavill's a wicked actor. No one can tell me nothing about him. I'm an 80s baby. My whole entire childhood consisted of three things: Ghostbusters, the A-Team, and Superman. I didn't care about nothing else. Those are my three loves in life back then. And I grew up with Christopher Reeve, and he was always the greatest Superman at the time. Watched all the other incarnations of Superman, Dean Cain. What's that guy's name that was in Brandon Routh? That was it, Brandon Routh. And his one was supposed to be a continuation of the Reeve Superman. And he done a good job. I'm not knocking any of their portrayals, but Christopher Reeve was always the one. But when Henry Cavill came, nah, I had to take my hat off. Like, yeah, this is the one. This is the one here. And not everyone agrees, but I don't care. So yeah, let's see what he's saying anyway. Has he been signed, or is it just rumours? Let us know, Mr. Cosmic Wonder.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and we have some quite possibly truly epic news today, as there is a report that states Henry Cavill has been offered a role for Marvel Studios and has accepted that role. And we believe right now that if this rumor/report is true, then he is most likely going to be playing Captain Britain. And there's a reason for this, and that reason is that Henry Cavill has actually expressed interest in playing this role before. And a really cool thing about this is that recently in Marvel Comics, in Ultimate Universe #1, Captain Britain can go head-to-head with Thor. So right away when I think of Henry Cavill playing Captain Britain, Brian Braddock, I think of him standing next to or possibly even going up against Thor. And right now is honestly the best time to bring in Captain Britain because of who he is, the role he plays in Marvel Comics with the multiverse, and how strong he is. But most importantly,
I don't know much about
in the multiverse saga right now, and
I did hear or read somewhere, probably from Cosmic Wonder. I get most of my insights into the comic book world from him and New Rockstars. I'm sure I've heard or read somewhere that he was some kind of being that could travel across the multiverse or something like that, and he's quite powerful, you know. But that's all I know. And I'm pretty sure didn't Carter mention his name in Endgame when she was in the office talking to someone when Steve was peeping on her like a perv through the blinds. And even back then people were saying, oh, I hope it's going to be Henry Cavill. So yeah, this is quite amazing news.
New Endgame, the new finale for this next saga, is Avengers Secret Wars. Plus, not to mention, Henry Cavill said that he wants to play Captain Britain. And a while ago, I'm not 100% sure when because it was just a rumor at the time, we heard that Kevin Feige was interested in casting Henry Cavill for the MCU. Now, this was before Henry Cavill was essentially free from Warner Brothers, which he is now. He is no longer Superman. So there's no obligation to stick around with DC. So literally, right now is kind of the perfect opportunity to bring Henry Cavill into the MCU. And it's an even more perfect time to bring in the character Captain Britain because of his role with the multiverse in the comics. So this all started with a report from the insider My Time to Shine Hello. The account Blu-ray Angel shared this on Twitter. From the greatest superhero, Superman, to our greatest Marvel villain, Dr. Doom, Henry Cavill. Now, this would be the most insane casting announcement probably of all time.
Hey? There's rumours that he's going to be Dr. Doom. I'm all for it still.
the Fantastic Four. Now, if you're not aware, yesterday there were reports about new Fantastic Four castings. Of course, not for the Fantastic Four members. We have that official cast, obviously. Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Eban Moss-Bachrach. Obviously, those are the official castings for the members of the Fantastic Four, but we got news that they were casting for 3 different roles for the movie, for the Fantastic Four reboot film, and those roles were the Silver Surfer, Galactus, and Doctor Doom. This was reported by Jeff Snyder from theinsnyder.com, so this is where this tweet is coming from. And honestly, yeah, that casting announcement would be absolutely insane, although I don't think that would be the best role for him. I think he's actually much more suited for Captain Britain, but obviously him playing Doctor Doom is not the report. That's a fan cast. The report comes from, like I said, My Time to Shine Hello, who stated in reply to this tweet, he was offered something else, and he accepted. Meaning Marvel Studios offered him a role, and he has accepted that role. And the insider My Time to Shine Hello seems to be pretty confident with this report, as she has pinned this to her Twitter page. So it's the first thing that you see when you go to her Twitter page as of me making this video right now. So of course people are wondering what the role is, but like I mentioned, Henry Cavill has already expressed interest in playing Captain Britain. Now you might have seen a lot of artwork with Henry Cavill as Captain Britain, because that's been circulating the internet for a pretty long time now. Years, actually. In fact, we believe there was a Captain Britain Easter egg in Avengers Endgame. When Steve Rogers and Tony Stark go back in time to Camp Lehigh, Steve overhears Peggy Carter in her office talking to another S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. And Peggy Carter mentions something about somebody named Braddock who hasn't checked in yet. Well, Captain Britain's real name is Brian Braddock. And how he gets his powers is he's involved in a fatal car accident, and in order to save his life, the legendary magician Merlin and his daughter Roma offer him a choice between the Amulet of Right and the Sword of Might. And since Brian Braddock did not see himself as a warrior, he chose the Amulet of Right, and when he touches it, he gets turned into Captain Britain. So some people think that this could be referring to that fatal car accident. And ever since then, ever since people were thinking that Captain Britain could be entering the MCU in Phase 4, 5, or 6, there has been fan art of Henry Cavill going around as Captain Britain, with a lot of people stating that he would be perfect for the role. And honestly, if you look at him, he kind of does look perfect for the role. And here's the thing, Henry Cavill saw all of this art going around, and he commented on this in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter and talked about possibly joining the MCU. We'll talk about exactly what he said, but first, big thank you to Fume for sponsoring this video. So in the interview with The Hollywood Reporter, back in 2001, they asked him what character he might want to play if he joined the MCU, and this is what he said. I'm never going to say I want to play a Marvel character that is already being played by someone else, because everyone's doing such an amazing job. However, I have the internet, and I have seen the various rumors about Captain Britain, and that would be loads of fun to do a cool, modernized version of that, like the way they modernized Captain America. There's something fun about that, and I do love being British, which he certainly
and
is.
the way they
has expressed that he's proud to be British.
made Man of Steel,
and of course, he's
the modern
proud
take
of
as
where
well.
he came from.
Loved
but
it.
of course, most importantly, he said that he would love to play Captain Britain. And of course, we know that Kevin Feige loves to meet with a bunch of different really famous actors pretty frequently. And Kevin Feige typically meets with them over and over again until they find the perfect role for them, or, unfortunately, sometimes they don't. It's been confirmed that Kevin Feige has met with Keanu Reeves several times, and they have not landed on a role yet, unless he's playing Ghost Rider. There has been news that a Ghost Rider project is in development, but I digress. Henry Cavill might have met with Kevin Feige already, especially since he expressed interest in playing Captain Britain, and honestly, he's perfect for the role. And like I said, it's the perfect time to bring him into the MCU because of the multiverse and the collapse of the multiverse. It's revealed in the comics that Merlin and his daughter Roma specifically chose a person to be Captain Britain all across different universes throughout the multiverse. And at first, they were simply charged with guarding their own omniverse, protecting their own realities or dimension.
So they only have one Captain Britain spanning across the entire multiverse. Did I understand that right?
Each Captain Britain in these alternate universes were essentially the same hero, except they were just from different realities. But all of these Captain Britons combined were called the Captain Britain Corps. And sometimes in the comics, they would team up to face huge threats, still being organized by Roma from the Starlight Citadel
army of
on
Captain Britons
after Merlin passed away. And ultimately, the Captain Britain Corps would end up investigating the multiverse's collapse due to incursions. And ultimately, this caught the attention of the Beyonders, and they wiped them out. And the Beyonder or Beyonders are typically a part of Avengers Secret Wars, and since Captain Britain is a multiversal hero, it's the perfect time to bring him into the MCU going into Avengers Secret Wars. And I sure do hope this report is accurate and he has been cast for the MCU. I'll be excited about that no matter what, but I do hope it's for Captain Britain. If not, let me know what role you would like to see Henry Cavill play in the MCU in the comments down below if it's not Captain Britain, but also let me know if you are excited about this. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you can stay up to date on the MCU. And if you subscribe and leave a comment, you're automatically entered in our giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, a PS5, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items. The winner picks one item, and we pick one winner at the end of each month. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Alright. Big up Cosmic Wonder. All day, every day. This guy is just loaded with information, man. Let me leave a like. Let me leave a comment. You never know, I might win the competition. Let's say excellent video, bro. From my own channel. Alright. I don't really know much about Captain Britain. What I have read up about him is that pretty powerful. Irony of Henry getting dropped by DC and then getting signed by the MCU is just, I love it. And you know the MCU, they, for the most part, they've taken care of their hero characters. I know they had a bit of a bad history with how they treated the actors who portrayed the antagonists of the films and things like that. But I've also heard that that's changed a lot over the years. I mean, look at Loki. You know, he was one of the original bad guys, and now he's one of the biggest stars in the MCU. You know, Mr. Hiddleston is his name, isn't it? Is it Tom Hiddleston? But yeah, this would be ironic and hilarious and well deserved as well. So yeah, all right then. Let me know what you think. You're looking forward to this. You're hoping that the rumours are true. If you don't think he's been signed as Captain Britain, what other character could Henry play? I don't know much about the comic books of Marvel beyond what I've seen in the films. You know, I might have had one or two Spider-Man comics back in the day that I found or I stole or something like that from somewhere. And likewise with Batman and Superman, I had a couple comics here and there. I used to stop by a comic store every single weekend, every single Saturday after we finished swimming. We used to cross the roads, go into the comic shop, and we just, you know, the guy would let us just standing there for hours just reading comics. We didn't damage them, didn't steal them or anything like that. It was always respectful. And it was one of the few shopkeepers that we did respect when we was young like that. But yeah, I don't really know much about my passion and my enjoyment of, you know, Marvel heroes, DC heroes is more so what's been on films and TV lately. With that being said, I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna wish you a good night or a good day wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.